Namaste, Namaskar. My name is Sritama Chaudhary. I am an assistant professor of sociology in Ashutosh College under University of Calcutta. Today I am going to do a book review under the section bookmarked of this wonderful YouTube channel called Kalplok. The book that I am going to review today is called Transactions in Taste, The Collaborative Lives of Everyday Bengali Food. This book is for those people who love food particularly, like me, and those people who are also interested in the Bengali culture in general. So this is a book of food, and rightfully the book looks as tasty as its name. It has a wonderful mustard yellow cover with a very sophisticated plastic finishing. Before I go into the ingredients of this book, let me just say the first few details. This book was first published in 2010 by Routledge. It is written by Manpreet K. Janeja. Now, Manpreet K. Janeja is a social anthropologist working on various ideas like food, identity, memory in the global north and global south. This book is a byproduct of her PhD thesis. The name of her PhD thesis was The Agency of Normal Food Performing Normality in Contemporary Calcutta and Dhaka. She did her graduation in Presidency College, Calcutta, and her master's from Delhi School of Economics and PhD in University of Cambridge. So I would first like to read out my own review of this book and then go into three major takeaways which I believe makes this book very unique and beneficial for everybody. So Manpreet Kaur Janeja has produced one of the most treasured ethnographical works on the role of food as an agency in two of the most populated, vibrant and historically relevant cities of South Asia, that is Kolkata and Dhaka. So this book basically revolves around the lives of Bengalis in the cities of Kolkata and Dhaka. According to her, the usage of the term agency is to illustrate the role of relational capacities of both humans and inanimate cultural objects. Food, in her participant observation of everyday middle-class Bengali homes, becomes the agency through which the Bengalis and the non-material culture of Bengaliness act out their everyday relational worlds. In her ethnographic delineations, food making isn't an individual activity but a social activity. It's not just about me cooking my own food in the kitchen. In this book, cooking becomes a social activity, like the entire process of getting up in the morning, going to the bazaar, haggling with the shopkeepers, buying the right ingredients, right food, checking the taste, the color, the feel, everything, then bringing it back home, going to the kitchen, checking where to keep it in the kitchen, the refrigerator or the utensils or in the sink, everything. Okay, both the Hindu and Muslim households' social act of buying, cooking and consumption of the food depend upon and also define their social relationships within their communities. Here food becomes personified itself into an equally important acting and demanding actor with taste, feel, smell, sight, texture, sound and mobility. Thus, here food isn't a passive object but it is an active member of this entire ethnographical field. Food is not a passive object of observation here. It has a life of its own. She cites examples of Malinowski's journey and writes, I followed food on its foodways. However, the foodscape isn't a homogeneous land. The author, as she wanders into the foodscape of both these cities, she faced everyday ritualistic and semiotic conventions regarding food in terms of pure, impure, auspicious, inauspicious, lawful, unlawful, and other binary juxtapositions. She defines foodscape using the Bengali word desh, which has a big social biogeography. Desh, in her theory, consists of normal people consuming normal food on normal days in their normal lives. The word normal gains a different scholarly meaning here under the weight of her anthropological research and her doctoral thesis. Her sociological curiosity surrounding the normality around madness and sensationalization of Bengali food haunted throughout her school and college days. The Adda in Pramodda's canteen in Presidency College, though had a heritage of its own, but her observational eyes kept locating the importance of food in the midst of the youthful excitement and adrenaline rush of Presidency's canteen. Food was one of the live participants of those Addas, and similar many more Addas that kept happening across the lanes and bylanes of Calcutta, which is now the desh or foodscape of Janeja's scholarly imagination. She doesn't, however, overlook the stark inequalities and stratification of food consumed by whether Bhadralok or Chotolok or Chasha or Bhusho in her participant observation. She further writes, the Bengalis of both Calcutta and Dhaka participate in a historical cultural competition of proving the parameters of Bengaliness or which side is more Bengal. And to do this, often the ideal definition of a perfect Bengali meal is done. So here food becomes the judge, a guiding principle, the pole star to ascertain a certain regional, linguistic, historical identity. In this assertion of claims of identity, Bengali and ownership of Bengaliness and Bengali food brings forth the politics of partition, ethnic conflict, dogmatism, and communal bigotry. A series of these social relationships which are already stained in hues of conflict and dispute revolve around the item food of daily life in the regions of Calcutta and Dhaka. Manpreet Janeja's desh survives in the midst of all and taking all as a breathing, moving, changing foodscape. Manpreet Janeja's foodscape is alive. It is not just a passive recipient. Janeja's work reflect much of Arjun Appadurai's same tendency to see social things, both animate and inanimate, in a metaphorical, personified manner, making cultural and social anthropology an inimitable scholarly genre of its own. It becomes a Vastahan in its own merit. The sociological perspective takes up the importance of subjects as an active social agent from these lively anthropological works. Now, I must mention the three unique features of this book. The first unique feature is that Manpreet Janeja gives immense importance on the day-to-day mundane lives of the Bengalis. She focuses on the details of everyday conversations, right from the beginning, right in the morning till the time one hits the bed. And the very good example of such detailing is the language. Language plays an important part of our everyday mundane phenomenology, and she even quotes the colloquial language, like sometimes she is writing যে আজকে ইলিশ মাছের দামটা অনেক বেশি হবে. Now this is a very prominent phrase when Bengalis are struck by the high price of hilsa in the season of monsoon. So these small details, these Bengali phrases, the exact Bengali terms of food items, and an exact Bengali everyday rituals, like doing something before this, doing something before that, makes this book a movie of its own. So if you are a non-Bengali living in a different city and reading this book through your own sociological perspective, you will feel like you can see the lives of Calcutta moving in front of your eyes. You can see the lives in Dhaka moving in front of your eyes. You can see different pictures coming live. You can feel the you can feel the smell of the food, and you can understand what is so important in Bengali culture and the importance of food in Bengali culture. Another important feature of this book is it has lot of good pictures. One of the important picture is these two menu cards of a traditional Bengali wedding that happened many years ago, and this was used as a reference to show how food has changed, how our menu card has changed over the period of time. Another important feature of this book is the use of original cartoons. She gathered a lot of beautiful cartoons which first published in the first edition of cookbooks of different prestigious food journals many years ago, and some of the cartoons are really hilarious and depicts the Bengali culture at its best. So these two are the main features that make this book very exciting and a classic ethnographic work. If you are learning how to do ethnography, how to do participant observation, how to do a field work, then this is the go-to book. The third feature which I feel is a bit lacking in this book, that is since she was focusing on the word normal and she wanted to focus on the mundane everyday lives of Bengalis of Calcutta and Dhaka and how they consume food, she did not mention much about the role of food in festive occasions or in bigger occasions like Durga Pujo or some other bigger festivals, because personally I feel food takes another different color where divinity and different kind of ritualistic aspects come in together whenever there is a festivity. So if you're not looking for something specific about food, and if you're just looking for the delineation of food in everyday life, then this is the book. This is called Transactions in Taste, the collaborative lives of everyday Bengali food by Manpreet K. Janeja. This is a very good book for scholars of food, culture, sociology and anthropology. I will definitely recommend this as a PhD scholar in food. Thank you. That's my book review for the section bookmarked of Galpalok. Dhanyavad. Namaste.